breaking the Justin Bieber rock band CD or video game was the Boston Tea Party, and the fact that they like made you so that you had to sing Justin Bieber in the front of the whole yard, in front of your whole neighborhood, is basically like the Boston Massacre, because really I would basically die of humiliation. So I'm getting
Adrian?
I think that the parents are kind of like the British and the kid
Right.
is kind of like the colonists, because the British or the parents, they're not letting the kid have a say in the
Adrian, I think exactly so. That Britain treated the colonists as if they were children, with a kind of arrogant attitude.
I agree with what Aiden said about how the fence was like the border between the Appalachian Mountains. I agree because it started with the Troublesome Friends, and it moved on to the treehouse, and then they started to put up the fence that said like, your friends can't come out here, you can't go out there, and then they banished you to your room, and then so on.
So it gradually became,
Yeah,
if you're
bigger.
thinking about levels of conflict, you just see it go from 1 to
Yeah,
2 to
to
3, it
three.
goes up.
When the parents bought the rock band Justin Bieber video game thing, it's kind of like the quartering that because you had to play it, and the quartering that the colonists had to let the soldiers live in their house, so I think it's kind of
like Aiden and Isabella, that the part where they built the fence was kind of like the Proclamation Act, because the fence was kind of like the Appalachian Mountains, and your troublesome friends were kind of like the Native Americans who were causing trouble for you since they kept attacking you. So your dad would kind of be like King George, because he declared that he would set up the fence, and that you weren't allowed to go past it to the area where the treehouse was, because the treehouse was kind of like the territory where the Native Americans were going to be, where the Native Underguard and stuff were kind of like the territory that you were going to have, and you would be mad because you didn't ask your dad to do that for you.
Well, I think that the Boston Tea Party was sort of like the story in the video game. Because for that one, I wanted to, like, if I had to have that video game, I would set up, like, an accident and, like, maybe, like, put it behind a car tire or something so it, like, gets destroyed. And then the fence was sort of like the Proclamation of 1763. Because you could go on one, and maybe also the room, like, you had to be in your room. And maybe that's sort of like the Proclamation, because, like, you can't leave that area or else you're going to get in trouble. It's like if the colonists left went west of the Appalachian Mountains, they would, like, get in trouble or, like, either be in trouble from Native Americans or the British.
Great. Hannah?
So I agree with Adrian, and the British were treating the British were like parents, and the colonists or the Patriots were like the kids. And also, the Patriots were British, so they were both like and the parents and the kids are all both in the same family, so they're still
Good. Huh?
The parents are kind of like the redcoats, and the kids is just like colonists and like the redcoats. I would basically tell this for the Boston Massacre, because you want to have rights and liberty for you and your family in the colony. But like Britain is saying, no, you can't. You just can't have your rights and liberty. You belong to us. You have to follow by our rules only.
Great. And a number of you said, I'll respect what parents say. And people felt that way then too. Last, Keita.
Well, on the last one, where you couldn't leave your room or anything like that, it was kind of like one of the intolerable acts. The Boston could enter or exit the port of Boston, the harbor of Boston, and until the P was paid for, and the T, not the P, was paid for.
It's expensive.
Like the Justin Bieber or whatever the
Rock band.
Justin Bieber video game.